Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast. This is episode number 807. And as you can see, I need shaving. To avoid some cringe stuff, and as I promised in previous blog posts as well as the episodes, and to limit the drag and length of the episodes that are not necessary to be that long, I will be just testing the highlights. So basically, every single day, as usual, I still will be writing the blog post and recording this episode, but instead of kind of yapping too long about things that don't matter too much, I'll try to do just one or two highlights per day and see how it goes. So because this week is quite specific, because I cover my parents' visit, then the highlights will be fairly easy because not much was happening. Most of the time we were spending time together, so there was always something that we did together that highlighted that specific day. So let me start with Monday, because my parents arrived on Sunday evening, and Monday morning Julian had day off because school had a kind of normal day of school that they planned for early when the year started. So it was natural for him to stay at home, and it was great because it aligned with arrival of grandparents, and he could spend early morning with them, and the rest of the day. So we decided to straight away after the breakfast to go to Bundoran, which is still in Donegal County. It's about 25 kilometers from here, and we tend to go there because there's a beautiful beach down there called the Tulan Strand. And I called this episode and the blog post Revisit because we already been to that place with my mother, but my father wasn't there. So at the time my mother arrived with my brother, so that was a visit in a more kind of I think it was June, so it was a bit warmer and better time to visit. This time it was just my mother and my father, and we wanted to go there and have a nice walk. So basically you can either go to Bundoran, which is a very touristic town. It's buzzing a lot and it's crowdy in the summertime, but outside of the season it's quite, well, there's still plenty of people living there, but it's considered kind of dead in comparison to how crowdy and busy it is during the summer season. But the Bundoran itself isn't as attractive as Tulan Strand, and the walk between the Bundoran and the Tulan Strand. So beside the Tulan Strand you have like a car park on the cliff, from which you can either go to the beach and go along the beautiful golden strand, probably about 2.5 kilometers at least, as far as the mouth of River Erne, or you can go from parking lot and there is a designated cliff walk where you can just go along. It's probably about 1.5 kilometers, maybe a little bit more, to the Bundoran main beach and the main town, and you can keep going and continue. There's a bit more to that, but we just turned around and went through the town and circled to Tulan Strand together. It was quite funny because it was a bit windy, not too cold, but because my father is quite an active person, even though he's now reaching his 70s, Julian had a lot of fun because they started kind of pushing each other, chasing each other. So it was nice to see, you know, those two separate generations. Well, the generations that I am kind of separating, with me being just my father's son, obviously, and Julian being my son. So it was a great experience while my wife and my mother were just kind of in front of us and they were chatting. So this was really the highlight of the day, and it was pretty enjoyable. The rest of the day we spent kind of on a lot of things, like syncing up around stuff that we couldn't discuss on everyday basis, touching different points, even politics, which I don't like, and cooking together, eating together, so kind of normal family stuff. So nothing else happened really on that day. So I'll cut now. It's already 6 minutes. So thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great rest of the day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on the globe. Stay tuned and see you again tomorrow.